Welcome to the Crossroads Podcast.
And I like Shaq. I am a Shaquille O'Neal fan to the heart of me. It's not, he's not over Kobe, but they, they was there. And, the whole thing with him and Shannon Sharp now, which is so crazy. Like, Shannon Sharp is now like the person that people are beefing with, or they come to air out their beef.
Right.
But,
like, he's turning into the new Wendy Williams. Like,
yeah.
Well, let me say the show. I won't say him. He's not as messy as Wendy, but he knows what people are coming here for. But Wendy is actually like in the mess, or she will do it by himself. But Shannon will sit there, listen to folk, and be like, "Come on, what?" and like egging it on. Like, Wendy, I don't like it. Never had. But
this is so Club Shay is is where that happens. But apparently, this happened on Nightcap. So it's a different show, if you will, and format. So Shaq was interviewing Jokic and said, "Hey, in essence, I don't paraphrase, you won the MVP. I'm on record as saying that, I don't think you deserve it," and then goes on with his situation, or I don't think you should have gotten it. And so then people were like at his throat in the comments, in, Twitter, all over the place on social media, like how unnecessary it was for him to come at dude like that, like in his moment, right? This is not like days after, weeks after, like he literally was named that day, and then this is how you approach him. So then Shannon Sharp got on Nightcap last night and is like, "Hey, Shaq, pretty much, how dare you," right? Like, you're not in the conversation of, GOATs, greatest of all time, and you should be. Like, that's what it really was. It's like, not because you think you should be, but because we think you should be, and you're not, because you really didn't take things seriously. However, and he like, it was kind of like, it was like backhanded compliment.
Yeah, so how was that different? Like, I'm like, how was that different?
It wasn't different. It was pretty much like, this is what you do, so here you go, right? Like, you are the most dominant big man ever. You should be in the overall GOAT conversation, but these are the reasons that you're not, and you have the nerve and the audacity to, talk about this guy. That's how I took it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How.
Right. Okay. So I didn't see that one, but people, there's so many reasons why I support Shaq having an opinion. Right. Number one, you're a TV. Well, no, but people always get on him for having an opinion. Like, this is why this is happening, right? Because he had an opinion, and he told them. So in a world
like,
right. But in a world of I keep it real, in a world of don't be fake, why are people fake? He kept it real, and he said it directly to the person. Like, "Hey, this is what I think. I've said it in other spaces, so I'm gonna say it to the person. Like, it don't get no more 100 than that." And so now it's like people's like, "Oh, well, you were lazy, you were this." At Shaq's worst, he's still better than anybody who had an opinion of it. I think the only person that can probably have an opinion that accomplished more right now, still living, is Mike. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe Tim Duncan can have some opinions because he was right there with his accomplishments and he won rings and MVPs and such. But like, he was the most dominant big man ever. And so, yes, he offers criticism, and people like, "You didn't work hard, and I was still better than you. I never wanted to be the greatest." Like he said, I never aspired to be the GOAT. Like, the difference between Shaq and Kobe was just Kobe had a relentless mindset. It was just basketball. I don't care about anything else. Shaq had other aspirations. I want to have fun. I want to make music. His approach to life was just different. And people criticized him for it because they wanted to, like, especially as a Laker fan, we wanted rings. We wanted championships. We wanted you to make free throws. That's not what he wanted for himself. So I think the criticism of Shaq is based on what people wanted from Shaq, not what he wanted from himself. He got what he wanted from himself, and he did better and accomplished more than the people he criticizes.
I agree. But I'm also saying, shut up. Like, you talk, somebody else is talking. Now he's in his feelings, posting post after post about, Shannon Sharpe not being in the top of his field. And that's not even a dispute. Like, Shannon Sharpe's like, I never said I was equal to you in my sport. I'm just making an assessment of what's in front of me, and also what has come out of Shaq's own mouth. Like, Shaq has said, like, yeah, I was 290 pounds, 325 pounds, whatever, like barely making it. Like, we know these things because he's spoken. We know Kobe has spoken. And it's been made clear to us. And so, yes, as a fan or as a critic or whatever, you can say, like, wow, back to back to back was fantastic. But what could have happened? Like, losing after that following season, after the third championship, like, we didn't have to. We didn't have to. Like, before San Antonio got back on the upswing, we could have captured one or two more. And so, like I said, I like Shaq, but sometimes he does come off like a big baby. He's big, a lot of big Aristotle, it's big wham sometimes. And I am a fan of his business acumen. I think he appears to be a nice guy, someone that cares about others. So it's none of that. Educated, all of those things. But it's like, hey, when you swing the door out, you got to be ready for it to swing back in. It is no knock against what he did accomplish. We won't, maybe in somebody else's lifetime, we will not see that again. That's that. And so I think he has etched himself in history that way. But you just don't want to come off as a hater, right? Like, when you come off as a hater, then people cease to really care about what you did. Even if they acknowledge it, it's just like, it doesn't give you reason to be a hater. He could have very well just been like, hey, bro, you you were just named the MVP for the third year in a row. How are you feeling about that? He didn't have to say,
okay. But I've also said this. I also seen Shaq when he said something about somebody come back, like when they do well or accomplish something, right? So, like, even when he left and then he won in Miami, right? And he was all, Kobe couldn't do it without me, right?
Yeah.
And then Kobe did it without him, and then he was like, I know what you like. He had fun with it.
So we gotta wait till next season. If Jokic, let's just say he has a season that's worthy of the MVP next year, then Shaq's gonna be like, oh, you proved me wrong.
Maybe, but there's a lot of but the thing is, he's not the only one that believes that. A lot of people think SGA should have got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
I believe they talked about that too.
Right. So it's like,
and that's cool. I mean, just like, think about anything. I mean, we're talking about the MVP, but just think about any type of acknowledgement in your everyday life, and somebody else gets it, and you feel like they don't deserve it, your friends, your circle, whatever. Like, it's cool to talk about that amongst yourselves, but like, to get on social media or to, call the person and be like, you didn't deserve it. Like, we don't applaud that kind of behavior.
I'm with it, actually. The thing is, I'm with it because he said it directly to. He wasn't on the set of the show, even though Jokic would watch it. He wouldn't he wasn't in the group chat.
It wasn't conniving. It wasn't underhanded. But was it right? Like, was it necessary, and was it right?
I won't say I won't do right or wrong, because it wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? Was it necessary?
But clearly, you would do that. You would do that on a day that somebody's celebrating something that's very important to them or very memorable. I don't think you would use that opportunity to be like, actually, you don't deserve it. Like, dang, give them 24 hours. No,
it depends on who it is. Honestly, I can't think of anybody that I would do that to. But if I did that I personally probably just don't like the person. And
there it is.
No, but I don't think Shaq has anything personal. I don't think Shaq has anything personal against Jokic.
Well, that's what people are calling out. Not personal against him, but it is personal, right? If you have your 4 championships, you have your 3 finals MVPs, and you have a missing piece to the puzzle, perhaps you feel some kind of way.
What's the missing piece to the puzzle?
If he wanted that MVP, especially that year that Steve Nash got, like that's what we hear all the time. Like, and you didn't get that. Could that not be a sore spot for you?
But he said that. And people talk about, oh, well, you like people have been talking about Shaq his whole career, right? And post-career.
Which is hilarious that he now wants to do that to other people.
Or it's like y'all been doing it. Why is it not looked at as y'all been doing this to me now that I'm saying something, it's a problem? Y'all been talking about me the whole time. When I didn't have the platform, when I wasn't talking about people. Shaq wasn't talking about people while he was playing. You know, he didn't start talking about people till he was paid to talk about people. Right, with the exception of Kobe.
I was to say,
yeah, with the exception of Kobe, but like that's not what he was doing. He was out there dominating. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, hey, I get paid to talk about people, right? And then like when he has this segment, people get mad because he put him on Shaq and the Fool. Like JaVale McGee was mad. You literally were giving it like there's only one way to stop that. Don't mess up in the game, right? Like there's been bloopers and all that other stuff like all the time. It's entertaining. It happens. You end up like Shaq has had bloopers. You know what I'm saying? He got bloopers on the show, falling into Christmas trees and etc. Right? So I think
free throws are definitely bloopers,
right? But he's open. From my purview, Shaq has been open about his shortcomings. He's open about, I was out of shape, I was out of weight, I didn't care about this, I didn't work hard in practice. And he even talked about why he didn't work hard in practice. He was like, I'm not gonna go get beat up all day in practice because people defend me differently, double and triple teaming me all day, and I'm done, and then go in the game and get beat up.
We're not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying in this instance, that wasn't cool. We won't say right or wrong. I don't think it was cool. Have your opinion, not telling you to have to sugarcoat that, but to squat on somebody else's day and moment and accolade.
I won't say it was. I'm not gonna say it was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't not cool.
It wasn't tasteful.
It wasn't.
It wasn't poor taste.
Right. It wasn't. However, I can respect that he said it to the man's face. Right. Like. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's how I feel. Congratulations. You know, and we don't know if he was like made to do it anyway, as far as like, hey, y'all, we gonna I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well, here we are at the crossroads. Distasteful, but we respect it. All right. Sounds good.
All right, y'all.
This has been the Crossroads Podcast. And remember, be free to be you.